Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Well, as mentioned in a previous video, when I made my trip to Maine, I actually got 4 hours up the road and the Jeep started having issues. I tried calling my mechanic, didn't have any luck, so I ended up turning around, coming back and taking the Ram instead. The issue that I'm having when I'm going down the road, the vehicle sputters is the only way I can really describe it. The RPMs don't change, but all of a sudden it's like got drag at constant throttle with cruise control set. Occasionally she spits out some fuel. It is a diesel. It's a common rail diesel. And I say it spits out some fuel because probably every other time or every 3 times I'll have a black cloud behind me, which is interesting because people lock up the brakes as soon as this thing basically farts out a cloud. It's not throwing a code, and that's where the problem comes right now. There's no codes being thrown. I've had my mechanic look at it. He says everything is within tolerance. And it's been over a month since I went to Maine, so I've been doing research in that time. It does have a turbo. I believe the turbo is good because the pressures are good, so I don't believe it's a turbo. And where it's not throwing a code, if it was losing boost or the turbo was going, it should throw some kind of a code for low boost pressure or something along that lines. Along with that, if the vacuum, it's a vacuum actuated turbo, it's variable geometry turbo, so the fins move on it. So if something was happening there, it should again throw a boost code or a vacuum code because it's vacuum controlled. So doing the research, this is my best guess right now. What this is a crank position sensor, a CPS. I believe, and the reason I believe that this is bad is this only happens when it's warm, or when it's hot, or when it's been pumping heat. I can't get it to do that before the engine comes up to temp unless I'm really flogging the engine, in which case I'm pumping some heat out of the turbo. So that leads me to believe that something with the CPS might be bad. And I say something with it might be bad because the turbo is down under here. The CPS is on the back part of the engine under some heat shrouds behind the turbo. So what we're going to do is we're going to crawl underneath the vehicle, pull the heat shield off, and see if we can get this out, and then take a look at it and inspect it. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I'm going to be able to do as far as checks go on the CPS because it is a Hall effect sensor. Hall effect, I'll have just go ahead and look it up. They have 2 different types, a magnetic pickup and the Hall effect. The magnetic pickup uses little magnets. Every time it goes by, it tells the computer how fast the engine is going. The Hall effect uses a different style. I'm not 100% sure on how that works. That's why I'm not going to explain it in this video. I just know there is a difference. What can I say? I'm a redneck that likes to work on things. I don't necessarily know how the engineering of it all works. Sorry. All right, I believe that right there is the attachment for the CPS. Let me see if I can get that heat shield pulled away. Sorry, that's not a good place to work here. Might even have to change out some things. Don't worry. I got it. See, does that pull back? It does slightly, but we're gonna have to pull the full thing out. And I think there's another bolt way up. Yep. Right there. Alright, so there's our heat shield. Put a bolt where we can lose it. And it's hard to see, but our crank position sensor is right there. Let's see if you can even see. Yeah, it's right there. This is it. There we go. Oh, that is a 3-wire. Okay. You might be good. Let me go grab a wrench. Right, line up. Yep. There we go. Alright. Oops. And ooh, that's important. I don't know if you saw that, but a washer fell out and hit my arm. Let me see if I can find that real quick. There we go. Got it. So, we are, where are we? I think you can see that. Let me turn you down just a hair. There we go. Glad you can't see, because I know I can't see. Alright, oh, slid right in there. I think we're pretty close right there. Alright, there you go. We got finger tight. See, that's good. Don't want to tighten it down too much. End up breaking that little son of a gun. Alright. So I'm gonna unscrew this. Place the screw here. Bring this back up. Alright, we're not all the way tight, but I'm not worried about being all the way tight. That in there. Clipped in. Alright, up ready for a ride. I'm going to go ahead, fire up for a few seconds, make sure she still runs, and then we can look at putting the heat shield back on. Will that fix our issue? I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get cleaned up, and we've got our first escape artist. You're not supposed to be out. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and take her for a test drive, get her up to temp. Don't know where I'm going or what I'm going to do, but we're going to go ahead and do that. And I will be back, if not in, well, for me, an hour. For you, maybe a second, regardless. We'll see if we got this taken care of. Alright, it's been a day or two since I was on the Jeep last. Had some other stuff I did. But today we're going to take a step back and take a look at another basic thing to see if maybe this is our hiccup in the Jeep. And to troubleshoot this, we're just going to use a plastic bottle. What we're going to be checking is the fuel filter. One, we're going to be checking for sediment or crap in the fuel bowl or in the fuel filter. And the second is water. Even though there is a water in the fuel sensor, I don't know if after, 15 years, 16 years, if that sensor is still good. So we're going to go ahead and pop the drain a little, if we can, and see if we can get some fuel out of this and see what condition it is in. See if we get any water in there. Diesels will run as long as they got fuel, but they will break most of the time if they have water in them, a hydrolock. I don't think that's what's happening, but until we check the fuel filter, we don't know what's actually happening. And so you know, this is the fuel filter right here. I did disconnect the width sensor, water in the fuel sensor, because there is a drain on the bottom. We're going to go ahead and try to get that cracked open. There we go. I am seeing a little water, but I'm not seeing any sediments or anything. That looks like good clean diesel. The water that I'm probably seeing was from my bottle itself, which is unfortunate. Just a couple little droplets, nothing major. Alright, let me go take care of this and we'll move on to the next step. Don't remember any screws holding this in. Could be wrong. There we go. There we go. The turbo looks not horrible. Right. I'm gonna look right there. Yep, she's turning. She doesn't have any end play on her either, so in theory, she's good. Well, I'm at a loss. I didn't have any issues when I was out and about, but nothing I did today should have fixed the issue that I've been having. Unless I got some air in the line and it just finally worked out, which I don't think so. I went up to the store and came back and flogged it half the way. It's right to the floor, billowing black clouds out the tailpipe. Didn't affect anything. I didn't have the stuttering that I've been having, so I'm going to assume that for now it's just not happening. This is an intermittent issue, so we'll revisit this once I get somewhere further along. So we'll do some further diagnostics when I figure out what to do next. And if you have any ideas, leave it in the comments down below. It'd help me out a lot. Other than that, hope you enjoyed this video or found it informative. Either way, we're just putting content out. More stuff coming soon. Bye.